and the lights are burning bright. City pulse, I'm feeling right. Every heartbeat sinks in time to the rhythm in my mind. Electric, no denying. Stars above us multiplying. You pull me close, we start to rise. We're taking off into the sky. Spinning like vinyl, round and round. Baseline shakes the underground. No control can slow me down. I'm flying high, don't touch the ground. Gravity can't hold me. I'm levitating. And in your orbit, I'm rotating. Feel that heat. We're generating. And we move in, breathe intoxicated. Gravity can't hold me. I'm levitating. All I feel is you got mayhem. Mirror balls and silver haze, losing track of time and space. You got magic in your gaze, like the dawn in neon rays. Such a golden spark ignites, bodies moving through the night. We don't stop, we don't come down till the world stops spinning round. Spinning like vinyl, run around. Baseline shakes the underground. No control can slow me down. I'm flying high, don't touch the ground. Gravity can't hold me. I'm levitating. In your orbit, I'm rotating. Feel that heat. If you're waiting, every move intoxicating. Gravity can't hold me. I'm levitating. All I feel is intoxicating. Lights flash, hearts clash. Feel the rhythm crash. Every step we take, rewind, replay. No fear, just sound. We're higher off the ground, and nothing can pull us away. Gravity can't hold me. I'm levitating. In your orbit, yeah, levitating. Feel that heat. We're generating. Living right, I'm high, no intoxicated. Gravity can't hold me. I'm levitating. Yeah, I'm levitating.
I was walking through the crowded street, same old rhythm, same old beat. Then I caught your eyes, the world stood still. Just one glance and I lost my will. Didn't plan to fall tonight. Didn't think that love would bite. But here I am, can't turn away. Your smile rewrote my day. Love came out of nowhere, hit me like the summer air. Every color shining bright. You turned my dark to light. Love came out of nowhere, felt like I was floating there. Now every heartbeat says your name. Nothing will be the same. All my doubts are fading slow. When you're near me, time won't go. City lights are dancing too. Every song reminds me of you. Didn't mean to lose control, but you touched my hidden soul. Now the sky is open wide, and I'm alive inside. Love came out of nowhere, hit me like the summer air. Every color shining bright. You turned my dark on our side. Two lines that finally coincide. All it took was that one stare. Love was waiting there. Love came out of nowhere. Just one look and I was there. Every second.
可愛い声や青く澄んだ瞳が暖かな日を灯すカラフルな日々を知る。どうして歪んだ世の中で君はまっすぐ、どうして暗闇の中でも